would be the best memories. I just wanna let it go for the night. That would be the best therapy for me. Hey, hey, do-do-do-do-do. Yeah, yeah, do-do-do-do-do. Hey, hey, do-do-do-do-do. Yeah, yeah, do-do-do-do-do. All the crazy shit I did tonight, those would be the best memories. I just wanna let it go for the night. That would be the best therapy for me. Hey, hey, do-do-do-do-do. Yeah, yeah, do-do-do-do-do. Hey, hey, do-do-do-do-do. Yeah, yeah, do-do-do-do-do. It's getting late, but I don't mind. 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 All the crazy shit I did tonight, those would be the best memories. I just wanna let it go for the night. That would be the best therapy for me. Hey, hey, do-do-do-do-do. Yeah, yeah, do-do-do-do-do. Hey, hey, do-do-do-do-do. Yeah, yeah, do-do-do-do-do.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to week 1 of Mystic League. Today we have a match for you against Archangel Esports White versus Rocket Artichokes. I am Dirtjar, also known as Bora. I'll be your caster for tonight, and I'm looking forward to this upcoming game we have today.
I recommend skipping.
From Archangel Esports White. Obviously, Lulu is kind of an annoying pick, being an enchanter, being able to shield his teammates. From Arcane, or I'm sorry, I messed it up. Yes, Caitlyn ban coming up from Rocket Artichokes. Caitlyn got some great poke potential in her lane, so banning her out will remove some of those picks where you can just poke your enemy laners out of the bot lane. Now Kha'Zix ban, this is interesting actually, but I don't really know where Kha'Zix is right now in the meta, but definitely quite an annoying pick, obviously able to delete ADCs instantly, so it's very unfun to go up against a Fed Kha'Zix, so never a bad ban to have. Vex ban, she recently came out. Pretty fun champion, although her CC numbers may be a little bit overtuned, if you ask me personally.
Hey, never
Being
pick a
both a
fight you
disruptor
can't win.
and also a mage, it kind of having 1.5 seconds of CC at max level might be a bit on the high sides, but otherwise, an actually pretty balanced champ considering what Riot has released this season. We see the set ban come out. Obviously, set another one of those really annoying picks, especially with his W, just able to delete teams. If anyone remembers his mathematically correct build, yeah, that was a monster. And then we see the Xin Zhao ban come out. Xin Zhao's been doing pretty good recently, in the jungle especially. He just able to dash onto people. I'm pretty sure he recently dropped down a tier in the tier list, but still an all around good pick. So uh, obviously banning him out, take away some early game potential from the enemy team. So we see the Ornn pick coming out from Archangel Esports White, and Ornn is just yeah, Ornn is Ornn. You remember how he was at the beginning, a utility tank that could one-shot everyone. She is Shen pick in response to that. Now, obviously, Shen is able to have some insane roaming potential with that ultimate of his. So a lot of map pressure coming from Shen. But Ornn also really good in team fights, really able to put that pressure on, especially with his ultimate, able to knock multiple people up. We see the Kane pick coming out as well from Rocket Artichokes, and Kane, able to go two forms, so you have some versatility on what you want to do there. A Nocturne pick in response to that. Now, Nocturne is one of those champions that I really hate playing against. He just is so powerful with his ultimate. He can turn a fight instantly, just like that, with his ultimate. So really, really difficult. But yeah, so Nocturne dashing into a fight. Karma also gets picked for Archangel Esports White. Some of that early poke. Obviously, since she has her R leveled first, as soon as she starts the game, she's able to pretty much put her ADC ahead or early in the lane. At least poke the enemies out of the lane. So we'll see. We see Corki pick coming out from Rocket Artichokes, and this is actually interesting because I don't usually see Corki picked in low elo. But he can be a really good champion if used correctly. So I'm excited to see how this Corki pick turns out in the mid lane. Now I've seen Nivea ban coming from Rocket Artichokes. Obviously, probably trying to ban out some things that might be a problem for Corki. I don't know the matchup statistics for Corki versus Anivia, but I can take a look at that right now because I haven't really seen any sort of Corkis played. It looks like Corki actually does pretty well with Anivia, so perhaps they just don't like Anivia. We see the Azir ban coming out. Azir has actually been pretty Z tier right now, but as you get to higher elos, he's kind of becomes more powerful, especially with his ultimate, being able to like push an entire team
End of the line.
towards one side. He can definitely be really powerful if used correctly, but obviously a really difficult champ to be used. Graves, Graves is Graves. He's never not been relevant for all the time that I played this game. So Graves ban, never a bad pick.
Hey, you're lost.
Now we see the
I
Ezreal
get
ban
it.
finally. So those are the bans, and now we'll see the rest of the picks coming out. We have Rocket Artichoke still needing to pick their bot laner, and their support looks like they're hovering Jinx, and they will lock in the Jinx for bot lane. And looks like in response to that, Archangel Esports White will take Jhin. These two champs, actually, I'm not sure how well they've been doing it recently, but Jhin has always been one of my personal favorite champions to play as. He's just so much fun. And Jinx also, she doesn't really have that much mobility, especially if she gets caught out alone. Basically, her entire mobility comes out of killing people, which, if you can't do that, you don't have your mobility, you can't run away. Obviously, Veigar and then Thresh. So this is looking like obviously Veigar mid and Karma on the support versus Thresh. We're probably gonna see some Jhin and Karma poking Jinx and Thresh out initially, but they'll have to be careful for that Thresh engage because if one of them gets hooked, they're gone. Karma doesn't really have that much disengage, so she's got her shield obviously, but if she saves her monster shield, otherwise Thresh will kind of dunk on her really. So both these teams look very exciting. Obviously, Archangel Esports White looks like the Ornn and the Veigar definitely going to be kind of monsters in the late game. And Corki also kind of gets to be a monster in the late game as well. I'm excited to see how this Shen plays out, especially with his ultimate. Obviously, Ornn doesn't have as much potential to be roaming as Shen. Although, if Ornn does TP into a good fight here, he can turn that fight really quickly. So definitely really good on those 5v5 all-out team fights. But Shen, on the other hand, is really good for those small skirmishes. So we're definitely going to see if these teams play to their strengths here. And yeah, so we'll go into a short 3-minute break, and then we'll be back for the match.
Apologize. It's too late. I said it's too late to apologize. It's too late. Take another chance, take a fall, take a shot for you. And I need you like your heart. heart needs a beat. That's nothing new. Yeah. I loved you with the fire red. Now it's turning blue. And you say, sorry like an angel. Heaven let me think was you. But I'm afraid it's too late to apologize. It's too late. I said it's too late to apologize. It's too late. It's too late to apologize. It's too late. I said it's too late to apologize. It's too late. Take another chance, take a fall, take a shot for you. And I need you like your heart needs a beat. That's nothing new. Yeah. I love you with the fire red. Now it's turning blue. And you say, sorry like an angel. You let me think was you. But I'm afraid. Won't you take me home? Give me with your flight. We can run away. Castle in the sky. Won't you take me home and give me wings to fly? We can be alone in the castle in the sky. We can run away and leave this world behind. Please just take me home to a castle in the sky. Castle in the sky. Castle in the sky.
And we're back, everybody. So while we load into this game, I just want to talk a little more on these team comps, obviously. As you can see, Nocturne is probably going to be really trying to help out in these skirmishes, but he's going to have to be careful for Shen as well, because Shen and Nocturne, they both have really good potential for roaming. So we'll see how this works out. Looks like both teams are going to 5-point, looking from their pings. We see 2 D shield starts from both top laners, obviously trying to, play it safe in the lane. Both of them are tanks, so they need a little bit of time to farm up. It looks like we're having a little bit of technical difficulties here, so that's fine. We'll just wait it out for a bit. And so after that short altercation between Ornn and Kayn there, it looks like it's going to be a pretty tame 5-point from both teams. Nocturne places the ward, backs, but gets Oracle Lens like usual.
Minions have spawned.
It looks like it will be a red start from this Nocturne. We'll see where this Kayn starts, but it looks like it might be a red start for the Kayn. Or actually a Raptor start for the Kayn's. Apologies, I forgot he could do Raptors on his level 1. Squaring up to an interesting game. Obviously, you can see Shen taking a little more of an aggressive stance in lane. So yeah, 2 red side starts, but it looks like there might be something interesting happening here. Thresh goes for the hook onto Jinx, lands that hook. Now they're going for a level 1 fight. And it looks like Jinx will get chunked here by this Jhin, especially with that Dark Harvest. So it looks like it might have been a little bit of a wrong decision to try and go for that level 1 engage from that Thresh, because now this Jinx is pretty chunked. So they'll have to play safe during this lane now. It might have been a pretty big blunder for that team. And Jinx, as you can see, forced to pop her heal pot already. barely got any health right now. So definitely a difficult lane for her right now. As you can see, Corki is also poking them out of this range matchup. And it looks like Nocturne is already pathing to his blue. He skips the Raptors in favor of just going directly for the blue buff. Meanwhile, Kane is coming down, assumedly going, or apologies, Wolves to go for blue buffs, and it looks like Kane is coming down to clear his Wolves as well. And Jinx, getting chunked here, is forced to use her heal to get away. And it looks like there might be a back in Q here, because it doesn't look like she's going to be able to do anything in this lane right now with such low health bar. So Nocturne has already taken top scuttle, and Kane is still on his blue jungle. So we'll see if Nocturne tries to look for something in either mid or top lane, but it doesn't look like it, as both mid and top are a little bit pushed in favor of Archangel. Looks like yes, Corki will have to flash out here. Looks like Kane is looking for an altercation onto Nocturne here, but it is kind of a muted engagement. Not really much happening there. Although Ornn is looking to tear up the Shen in the top lane. Shen is having a bit of trouble doing anything in this top lane right now. Kane with the flash, followed by the Veigar flash as well. So some very aggressive plays happening in this game, but still no kills. So we'll see who first blood goes to. Looks like Jinx still hasn't backed, and it's kind of worked out for her because she's even with CS on this Jhin somehow. So still nothing much happening in these lanes right now. Tension is building though, and we'll see who first blood goes to. And Nocturne is standing there, maybe looking for a gank here. He'll comes out from Thresh, but Jinx will flash away once she's Nocturne coming in, but she gets rooted by the Jhin, and it looks like she might fall here. Oh no, she gets Lantern out by the Thresh, and what on earth are Archangels doing? They let that one slip right out of their hands, too. Obviously, Ornn got that great trading potential with his W, able to mark someone's brittle and then just do massive amounts of damage for them. We do see a slight CS lead in the top lane for Archangel, and a pretty significant CS lead in bot lane for Archangel. We'll see if it's able to make it a decisive advantage, though. As you can see, Nocturne is a little bit behind Kane. Looks like Archangel's bot lane is going to go and buy items. And obviously, good use of that Spirit's Refuge by Shen there, blocking off that brittle damage, because otherwise it would just chunk him for a lot of his health. So we see it looks like Artichokes are going to be able to take dragons without much contest. I don't think Archangel even knows what's going on here, so they're going to be able to just sneak dragon and take that. And again, you can see Karma using this advantage of hers, just poke out the enemy bot lane. The wave is way pushed into that side. So it looks like Kane and Corky might be looking for something here on this mid lane, perhaps. Or maybe they're just running around in the river. And we have seen the Karma disconnect and reconnect for a second. Hopefully that doesn't happen again for them. The hook comes in from Thresh and hits the Jhin, and now he's trapped in by the Jinx's E, but he gets exhausted, and now the TP is coming in, but the Nocturne ult comes in too. This is looking like quite a slaughter, and it looks like First Blood might go to Archangel here, and yes, First Blood goes to the Jhin. The knockup comes in. Can they get the second kill? They can, and they get the third one as well. And now Corky's caught out here too. If they can get a fourth kill here, that would be the decisive advantage for them. Jhin might be looking for the root here. He misses it, but it looks like Corky might be trapped here anyways, and he will go down. 4 kills for Archangel. And as you can see, that just the amount of potential that this Nocturne has to just go jump into a lane, and then the teleport from Ornn is just way too much for just Shen to go and be able to save that. So that's where you can see Archangel really playing for their strength there, really going for that counterplay there where Thresh engages and it looks like Jhin might be in trouble, and then just 2 of them jump in and take all those kills. So definitely a very disappointing moment for Artichokes here, and they might be able to take it back, but now Archangel has quite a lead on them. You can see it's almost a 2.5k gold lead for them, and this is in the early game, so they might be in a bit of trouble here. You can just see, even with the wards that Archangel's placed, it just goes deep into that enemy jungle. You can see Kayn there taking his blue side, and it's just warded up by Archangel, so they've definitely done a good job deep warding those spots. As you can see, it looks like Kayn is going for the lethality build, so he's obviously going for his blue form here. Perhaps maybe he'll be able to assassinate some of the squishier targets that Archangel has and maybe try and flip a fight. The hook comes in from Thresh, he goes in and plays them both. But he doesn't have his ultimate, so he really can't do anything to keep him there. And again, a good use of the Fierce Refuge to keep Ornn from proccing that brittle stack on him. And it looks like Archangel is going to start doing this Shelly over here. And they can use this to maybe, you know, get a few planes off tower, get ahead for even more with that gold, because they've already got that gold lead going. But it looks like Kayn might be coming down here to maybe try and gank Archangels. So we'll see if it works out for them. Looks like Thresh might be going for an aggressive play here, but I don't think Kayn can really tower dive these two. Especially not Jhin and Karma, that's for sure. So it looks like this might actually just not turn into a gank. It goes for the hook, but no, and it looks like they're still trying to look for a tower dive. Now gets tethered to by the Karma, and oh no, Nocturne is ulted, and looks like he's coming in now. He jumps onto the Kayn, and the Kayn still is able to trade 1-for-1 with that Jhin, but now the flash comes in from Veigar and the ult, but is not able to kill the Thresh. And now the TP comes in from Shen. So 1-for-1 trade with that ill-advised tower dive too, but hey, if it's a 1-for-1 trade, it's a 1-for-1 trade. Can't really say much about it, although the Rift Herald will go down in bot lane, and they might even lose his tower here, but now the Nocturne's gotten hooked, and he gets chunked and barely survives that. And you can see just Artichoke just getting zoned back, and, you know, Archangel just dropping that Rift Herald there, taking some of that tower plating off. Now the dragon has spawned. It looks like maybe Artichoke might be moving in to try and take it. And now Ornn has just been up here hitting this tower over and over again. So there's definitely been some plays going to him, especially Shen has roamed down to go and help his team. And Ornn just stayed up here, just taking that turret. So this might be pretty punishing for the Shen, especially since he still hasn't returned, and Ornn looks like he might take his tower, but of course Artichoke is going to take this dragon, so now they are 2 for 0 on this dragon. Of course, Ornn has just been up here tearing up that tower and taking a bunch of plates, so he's got a pretty hefty lead in the top lane now. And Shen is forced to TP back to his lane to prevent his tower from falling. And it looks like Kayn is going for an invasion onto the enemy jungle here. And it looks like he's eyeing the Karma. He's going in. And now the Corki's on this Karma too. The Karma's forced to flash out. Will he be able to follow? No. Oh, but the ult coming in from Jinx and securing that kill onto the Karma. Fantastic. Now Arcane's just widening their lead here still. It was a pretty good Jinx ultimate, but is it enough? Jhin gets hooked by the Thresh, but not much comes from it. Now Ornn's TP'd into the lane, knocks 2 of them up, but he's forced to fall back. They are outnumbered. The Ornn ulti will come out, and Thresh gets chunked, and the Jhin will take out the Thresh. And now Ornn is continuing. He's got that speed boost from the Karma, and Veigar's arrived too. Kayn forced to flash out and shadow step away. And Jinx also forced to use both of her summoner spells. Definitely pretty disappointing for Artichoke, especially since they were looking to get back into this game here. I can see this Shen's tower basically holding on by a thread. The turret plating will fall now, but it doesn't seem to matter since Ornn has taken 4 of those plates. And it's the Nocturne just clearing that wave for Ornn. And now you can just see how covered Archangel has this map with wards. They've really done a good job of just warding up this entire map and knowing where everyone is at all times. They have a lot of great vision pressure, and Artichoke simply cannot size up to that. As you can see, they don't have as many wards placed as Archangel does, so definitely good job on the vision control from Archangels. Now Nocturne's coming back down to bot lane. Perhaps maybe there might be something brewing here. Now Corki is looking for some kill onto Veigar, but now Nocturne ults. Maybe he's looking for something, but no, nothing comes out of it. Although Nocturne is hitting down bot lane, and this lane is pretty pushed in for Artichokes. And now Thresh gets rooted. He uses his box to save himself, and now the TP is coming in from Corki. Maybe they'll be able to turn this fight. The flash comes in, and Thresh plays him away, and Jinx will ult, but it looks like they will all get out. And now there's a party going on down in the bot lane. Jhin will open up, but he's forced to cancel it early. And now Veigar just running up, taking his tower, so is Ornn. Ornn running up, taking that tier 2 tower. There's just a party happening down in bot lane. And although they will take a turret, is it really worth it? Ornn is now on that tier 2. Veigar is busy on the tier 1 mid. Is it really worth it here? And Jinx just preventing those backs over and over again. Now it looks like Artichokes are looking to respond to that Ornn in top lane. But he's taken quite a hefty chunk of the second tier turret as well in top lane. So obviously, Arcane is just doing a spectacular job of holding their gold lead right now, 4K up. They don't have much dragon pressure, but we'll see if that stays going into this next dragon fight. The Rift Herald will be spawning. We'll see if Artichoke moves in to take it, or if Arcanes will perhaps look to contest that Rift Herald. It looks like Nocturne will back here, although Kayn is looking to invade this jungle, and Nocturne doesn't care. Nocturne does not care one bit. And now it looks like Artichoke is going to move in to take this Rift Herald. They missed the first one, but it looks like they're going to be taking the second one. Although it also looks like since the dragon is spawning in 10 seconds that Archangels are looking to secure this dragon here, and there might be a fight brewing here. We see both teams grouped up, but obviously, as you can see, Archangel just has more to do in terms of team fighting. However, they Artichoke make a very smart play, dropping that Rift Herald mid. So they're saying, hey, you can take your dragon, but we're gonna take your mid turret. But now, Archangel is converging on this. So Ornn ult will come out, and Nocturne ult will come out too. No, Ornn will miss his ult because he gets rooted by the Jinx. Cage comes out, and I have no idea what's happening right now. And just Artichoke just squeezed into that corner there, and they all fall one by one. It's really difficult for them, especially when they're squeezed between a tower and a whole team. Obviously, Ornn, kind of disappointing. He gets rooted by the Jinx and misses that ultimate, but just maybe a little bit of too much overextending from Artichoke, especially since they are down a bunch of gold and they see that entire team running up on them. And you can just see how much this Ornn and the Jhin have been doing for their team right now. And on the other hand, Artichoke's Jinx has only 1 kill and Kayn only has 1 kill. Kayn is still, I think, building his form. I don't know the skin, so I don't know what its form looks like, but it looks like he might still be building his form up, which is insane, especially 20 minutes into this game. And it looks like Kayn has just directly gone into building a Youmuu's Ghostblade instead of taking a Mythic, and now he'll get ulted on by the Nocturne. He's forced to flash away. You can just see Archangels exerting their map pressure over this. Ornn will knock up the Corki and do a decent amount of his health damage. Now he's ulting. Goes and knocks up the Corki. He's looking to do it again. Procs the Brittle Stack. Doesn't look like any kills will come out of it, but now Thresh hooked someone, and they go in, and Kayn will get a kill from here, but now the TP comes in from the Veigar, and now he will cage. But it looks like he's arrived a little too late. We'll see if he's able to get out here, though. The flash does come in from the Shen, the taunt, and it looks like Veigar will fall here. So Logan, it looks like he might have to take a shot here. Like Artichokes will actually be committing to this Baron here. We'll see if Archangels moves to contest it, but I don't think it looks like they can, especially with so many people having to back and reset. Although the Jhin will open up here, and he's trying to chunk some people out. We'll see if he's able to do anything with his force shot. No, the Shen tanks it, although it looks like Shen might be a little dead here. Gets rooted, and now the Nocturne ult's coming in. He jumps in on that team, and he gets another kill onto the Kayn, and now he flashes in, hits the fear onto the Jinx, gets a kill onto the Jinx. Now he's running on the Corki. Corki is forced to flash away, and Thresh throws a Lantern, and he gets out. So that's only 2 of them with the Baron buff now. Was it really worth it? Was it really worth it for that Baron? And we see Dragon coming up in 1 minute, and we'll see if Archangels chooses to contest that. They probably will, but I don't know. Obviously, even though Archokes do have Baron buff here, they really don't have any sort of map pressure right now. The top lane has been pushed in. The bottom lane is skewed slightly towards Archangels, but it looks like they're looking to fix that right now, and the mid lane is perfectly centered. So they have some work to do to get that map pressure back. Now it looks like they're looking for something on the Thresh. Ornn goes for the knockup on the Thresh, but the Thresh uses the box and plays him back in, but he just takes no damage. He is so tanky right now because of how fed he is. And he just gets out, and with the Thresh ult used up as well. And it looks like I was incorrect before. Kayn does have his form, which it would be kind of dumb if it didn't. But Karma now using her full shield. Ornn with 2 knockups onto that enemy team, and now they're forced to run away. Nocturne coming in with the ult onto the Jinx. And now there's all 3 of them there. Hits a blast cone. They got all knocked onto the team, and they will all fall. Every single one of them. Just kidding, 2 of them live. But still, what a massive fight coming out of Archangels again. Fight after fight. And Kayn looking for an assassination onto Karma, but it doesn't look like it worked. And now Kayn might be caught in a rough spot here. What are they doing? And now Jhin will open up, and it looks like Corki is dead too. That will be an ace going to Archangels. A really rough time that Artichokes are having here, especially I have no idea why the Kayn and the Corki just decided to go back in there. They get caught out and they die too. Jinx ult coming in and does kill the Karma. Always fun to see those Jinx ult snipes. Of course, Archangel still has a 7k gold lead on them. I can see everyone just going back to their respective lanes. They're going to keep it down low for now until maybe the next neutral objective spawns. Ornn and Jhin are hovering around the mid lane, although it looks like Jhin might be going down to farm the jungle. Okay. As you can see, Artichokes are forced to stack on top of each other to prevent themselves from getting picked off. Now it looks like Ornn, Karma, and Jhin will all 3-man the mid lane right now. And they can afford to do that because their top lane still hasn't been pushed back to them that much. And I don't know if this is one of those games, but it looks like we might be seeing an NA ram coming out again. So yeah, basically all of Archangels are in mid lane, just pushing the wave, and Veigar's down in bot lane, also pushing that wave in. Jhin will open up, and he's firing shots off, but he only gets 1 shot in. Looks like he's just using it to zone people off though. And it's working because they're getting that tower. Thresh does throw out a hook, but it misses. So, great use of that Jhin ult, just throwing people off, but now the Corki jumps in, but he gets stunned instantly, and now he's rooted again. And the Nocturne ult will come in, and he will jump on the Jinx. The Jinx will get feared, and she will die. But the Corki will kill Veigar, but Nocturne just cleaning up here. Nocturne, such a decisive force in these fights. Able to just immediately jump on the enemy ADC, and they cannot do anything about it. And one by one, Artichokes will all fall down. Now, it looks like Archangels are committing to taking this inhibitor, so they might go for a game-ending play soon. As you can see, Baron spawning in 40 seconds. They're probably eyeing that. They're going to go to look to push in that top wave, probably, and then they're probably going to look to go do that Baron. And after Baron, I think they can just go ahead and end this game. At this point, their advantage is so far ahead. They could throw 2 fights here, and they'd probably still be winning. And again, this is why Nocturne is one of my most hated champions. He's just so powerful with his ultimate and everything he can do to just lock down one important person and just instantly kill them. It's insane, really. And as you see, the Jin's also been pulling a lot of weight this game. When Jhin gets fed, he basically just starts one-shotting everyone with every auto attack, which, yeah, nothing more to say about that. He just one-shots everyone with his autos. And especially with his 4-shot dealing execute base damage as well as critting. And as you can see, this Orange still has not died a single time this game. He's just so tanky. And you could see that before in that pre-dragon fight where he got hooked and flayed into a box, and he took basically almost just a third of his health from all of that. So Jinx unloading on him for a while. And now Jinx opens up again, looking to zone the enemy team off with that thing. The cage comes up, Veigar hits 2 people with his cage, and it looks like Archangels will just pull back here. Obviously, they can't do much to fight on that tower right now. These Jhin ults have been interesting, especially since usually I've seen Jhin ults used to mainly clean up rather than zone people off. But the slow from it is also good utility, so maybe that's what they're using it for. And now it looks like Archangels will converge on this dragon, and they will not be contested, although it looks like Artichoke might be trying to look to sneak this Baron while they do the dragon, but I think that Archangels know because they're immediately running over to that Baron, and I do not think that Artichokes will have time to complete this Baron. And yes, they're pulling away. So just again, like you can see the vision on the map is insane from Archangels, and the entirety of Artichokes are backing. And you can see just Archangels pushing in all those waves, getting those towers, and you know, Artichokes really can't do anything about it. Now this poor Corki is trying to prevent his tower from being taken, but he just does nothing here. Again, Archangels will all probably look to back, buy items, and then I assume they're going to go for that Baron there. Probably look to end the game after that. And you know, Archangel's just been doing amazing this game with all that counterplay, with the Nocturne pick. The Nocturne pick has been very beneficial with going for those counter ganks, going for those, you know, like they engage on him, and then they're just coming in with that Nocturne, they're coming in with that Ornn. And Veigar always knows when to roam back down, and it's just a well-coordinated team, and this is how it looks. Now, it looks like both teams are positioning themselves around the Baron. Perhaps Artichokes are looking to contest this Baron here. Although, I'm not sure. I think Arcangels can just force Baron. Corki's now TPing in, so it looks like they're all prepping for a fight here. And now the tension starts to build. They're just waiting around, seeing who does the first move. Who will make the first move, but obviously Archangels are under no pressure to make the first move, as it's not their lanes that are being pushed in on. And yeah, they're just gonna run up the top lane and start pushing that wave in as well. And I hear a flash going in there. Ornn will get hooked, but nothing will come of it, and Corki is jumping in, but it doesn't really look like anything happens here. Now we see the Nocturne ult coming out. Won't anything be made of it, although this seems like a pretty sloppy fight coming in from Archangels, and they will just disengage here. That fight was pretty all over the place, I'm not gonna lie, but Ornn did a good job holding on to his ult, but now Kayn is looking to perhaps assassinate someone here. Obviously, it looks like Archangel is still set to win this fight since they held on to that Ornn ult that fight. They held on to that Veigar ultimate. But only time will tell, and now Corki jumps in. But two of them get blocked off by that Veigar wall, and now Ornn will not be able to hit his ultimate. Thresh will hook the Veigar and jump in, but instantly the Zhonya's comes out, but Ornn will fall. And the cages are just huge. But Jinx flashing in and looking to maybe take something out. The Nocturne's Guardian Angel will be procced, and will she get the kill on him? Yes, she will. And out of nowhere, Artichokes will win that fight. And Kane, walking on thin ice there, almost gets killed by that the Jin trap. That would have been pretty embarrassing for him. So right as you think the game is over, you know, Artichokes has definitely surprised me with that fight there. Although Arcans could have done a better job of really, you know, doing something in that fight before. It seemed kind of sloppy. Now it looks like they might just fight for the soul here. And I'm pretty sure if they get soul, they'll be able to end this game as well. Obviously now all the ults are back up, so Nocturne will this time maybe be able to have a chance at jumping in on the Jinx this time, or will have a chance at maybe actually being able to hit the knock up on his ult. And I think Jinx would do better to, or not Jinx, Jin would do better to hold on to his curtain call until the end of the fight is nearing to clean up instead of using it as a way to engage, because he's basically forced off it after one fight, but the box will come in from, and Thresh just gets melted. You can see how fast Archangels moves in to just take that pick right there and then. And, you know, Thresh just gets melted. Absolutely melted. And it looks like Artichokes are positioning to try and maybe steal this dragon, but they're all split up. Kane is down bot, and yeah, Jin will open up to try and zone him off, but it looks like Kane is on him, and Jin will fall, although he does get stunned. And now Kane will get out after assassinating that Jin. Jinx will ult and will only hit the Ornn. But now Archangels are left without their ADC, so perhaps maybe something will happen here. And Corki will take out Nocturne. Sadly, Archangels will still take Dragon away from them, but Artichokes have actually been doing pretty well in these last two fights. Archangels really need to clean up their act, or Artichokes may have a chance of getting back into this game. Obviously, they just took the soul, so perhaps that might be a game changer as well, but Artichokes are pushing those lanes, so they look like they might be in danger. And that fight, just an insane blunder coming out of Archangels, just not staying next to their Jin, and Kane just runs in and assassinates him instantly. And then obviously that Corki bomb over the wall into Nocturne, killing him. And once that's done, what do you have? You have Veigar, a mage, and then you have Karma, who's also basically an enchanter, and Ornn, who's a tank, and you really can't do much with those. And yes, it looks like Artichokes are just going to move in to take this Baron, and I don't think that Arcans can do anything to contest this. So this might be a turning point for the game. As you can see, that Artichokes have actually equalized this gold lead with Archangels, so perhaps they might be in for a comeback here. But only time will tell, of course. As you can see, Archangels still have that soul, so perhaps with that soul they can turn this fight. And of course, Veigar infinitely scaling, so he will get, eventually, if you let this game go on for an infinite amount of time, he will one-shot people theoretically every time. But yeah, let's see what Artichokes make of this Red Bull Baron play. We are not sponsored by Red Bull, sadly. That would be a nice sponsorship to have. As you can see, so now that the gold lead has been equalized, what will happen? And it looks like Jin is going for an aggressive play on this Kane, and Kane forced to flash out. Although Jin has now used his Gale Force, which is one of his only means of escape. Although his flash is coming up, so he might be able to do something if he gets jumped on by the Kane. Obviously, Kane still with that Umbral Trespass. Even if if Jin flashes away, he might be able to just stay on him and then kill him afterwards. So this game has suddenly gotten very tense here. This could go either way right now. It looked like Archangels were the obvious winners at the beginning, but it looks like Artichokes might actually be coming back here. And Logan says that if Archangels throws this, he will sell all his GameStop stock. So everyone who wants to buy GameStop stock, you can hope that Archangels throws this game, I guess. And I can see this Jin opening up, and again, I don't really understand these ultimates. He's just rooting himself to the ground and doing no damage. Again, his ultimate deals XP-based damage, so... And you can just see this Kane just lurking around, seeing for any sort of weakness in Archangels to try and pick someone off. And now this time it's Archangels who are forced to tend to their waves while Artichoke pushes in. And although they have Soul here, it looks like they might be in a lot of trouble right now. Now the ult is coming in from Ornn. There's 3 of them. They might be trapped here. And Ornn misses his ultimate, but now the ult comes in from Nocturne, and he's jumping in onto Thresh over here. And he's, sorry, he goes on Jinx, but it looks like Jinx might be able to kite him out here. And now Kane will fall. But Nocturne will fall too. So that's 2-for-2 trade, although it's Corki and Kane and Nocturne and Karma, so we'll see. It's ADC, it's an ADC and a support and a tank versus a tank, a mage, and an ADC, so this could go either way. This has definitely turned out to be a really interesting game. It looked like it was over from the start, but Artichokes have really done a great job of keeping themselves centered and trying to make a comeback in this game, and it looks like they might be able to do something. Elder Dragon will spawn in a minute and 30 seconds. That might decide the fate of the game there. I'm really excited to see how this final fight turns out. This game has definitely gone from pretty boring, to say so myself, to a really tense game. And this time, yes, we see Artichoke on that vision. Before it was Archangels, but now they don't have that much map pressure. They can't get many D-ports in. Meanwhile, Artichoke's just completely control warded up that red side. And now Archangels will be forced to clear all this out. And as everyone approaches their full builds, this game is getting to its closing point, and I think this Elder Drake will decide the fate of the game here. Obviously, you can still see Kane shadow stepping around, seeing if he can look for any picks. And I think if Jin can get his act together, he can maybe make some well-placed ults instead of ulting at the beginning of the fight, and it might be a huge change for them. I think even that one thing could change a lot of the game for him. Now wall comes in then from the Veigar, catches nothing. And now it's both teams just playing the waiting game, seeing who engages first. Obviously both of them are just playing a game of chicken at this point. Although it looks like Artichokes will just be able to just stand in safety and poke him out, especially with that Corki. And it looks like they're positioned to try and take that Baron. The Threshold comes out but hits nothing. And now they will start the Elder Drake. So now Artichokes, the ball is thrown into Artichoke's court. They're forced to make a move here. But that Elder Drake's health is dropping fast. And the ult comes out from the Nocturne, giving them all nearsighted. And that Elder Drake's health is dropping. And Archangels will secure the Elder Drake. And this might be over for it. Now both teams are scoring up for a team fight, but obviously in an all-out team fight, Artichokes will 100% win with that Elder buff. And you can just see Artichokes using their Archangels using their abilities to zone off Artichokes from that Elder Drake, especially that Nocturne to give everyone nearsighted to cause disarray in those lines. And it looks pretty difficult for them right now. Threshold will come out and the box will come out, but now the Corki will jump in and will melt the Jin. And this Shen is just giving so much utility to his team right now, and I do not believe it. But it looks like Artichokes will win this fight. And that might be GG. What a game. What a game, folks. What a game. Truly a game with ups and downs. But it looks like Artichokes will come out victorious here. And what a game, folks, honestly. This has probably been the best game I've watched this weekend. What a fight from Artichokes there. Just being able to go in and melt that Jhin immediately. And the Shen giving so much utility with that Spirit's Refuge. Unbelievable amounts. And a well-deserved victory from Artichokes. They kept their head in the game, they kept their minds focused, and they put themselves into the ring, and they came out victorious. Well played to both teams. And Logan, I can look to buy that GameStop stock off of you. But thank you all, folks, for watching. This has truly been a spectacular game, and I'm really looking forward to seeing both of these teams play again, but especially Artichokes. I cannot imagine how much it takes to keep your mental in the game after going 16-6 into that team. What an astounding play from Artichokes. Good game, everybody. I am at a loss of words right now. It's just, wow. What a comeback. And I guess this just shows, like, it's never truly lost. So, amazing job to both teams. And I guess that will mark the end of the stream, folks. If not tomorrow, I will see everyone next week. Thank you, everyone, for tuning into this stream. And I hope to see you all again some other time. This has been Dirt Jar. And, yeah, I'm out of here. Dude, that game is insane.
Is it over? Is the Twitch thing over?
I'm not sure. I don't think Matt's turned off yet, but
How's casting it?
it was definitely a lot of fun casting it. Obviously still stuttering a bit, but it was great. It was good. It would be preferable to, of course, have someone to cast with, but solo casting is fun too.
Oh, we are still live.
Yeah, we are. I just noticed.
Just noticed too.
But yeah, no, insane game. I really hope you analyze that game because that one was just
Oh, you want me
chef
to
kiss
analyze it? Okay. Well, if you're telling me to analyze it, I will analyze it.
or just for you, like honestly, because that was just what a game that was.
Yeah.
They were down like 16-6 at the beginning of the game, and they came back.
Yeah. I guess I would definitely look over it.
And they even won like against a team with full elder buffs.
Hey, to be honest, props to Archangels putting up a good fight. I like
Oh
how
yeah, no, they had
Nocturne was blinding everyone
that
before
Nocturne
making the steal.
ultimate on Elder. That was really huge brain. Like it was an amazing use of that nearsighted effect from it to kind of blind everyone on the enemy team. Definitely good use of that. And Archangels put up a really good fight there, and they were winning at the beginning, but Artichokes just kept their head in the game, and they came back.
Maybe it was a power friendship.
It was just that last fight there. The way they all jumped on the Jin and insta killed him was superb. I have nothing else to say about that. They just took out their carries one by one, and the only thing that Arcangels were left with was their tanks and the support. And obviously, even with Elder, you just can't win that. And I don't think Artichokes lost anyone that fight actually.
Yeah, at
It was
the
just,
at the red side base.
yeah, it was just an insane fight.
You
They
know what?
they knew who they wanted to take out, and they went for it.
Oof, what a game! What a game!
Yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna turn it for the night. See you, dude.
All right, see ya.